Well, it's a real pleasure again to welcome back to the show. Man who's very generous with his time, very generous with us. 68 games for the Warriors, 24 tries. But get this, played all 27 last year for 11 tries, including the 3 finals matches. Marcelo Montoya named back on the wing for the match against Manly. Welcome back, mate.
Hey fellas, how you going? Thanks for having me on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Look, we're going great, and the team's going great. 3 wins in a row. But this is a real test this weekend, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Manly coming off a good win last week against the reigning premiers. So, they're playing good footy. So, if we want to get this win, we've got to make sure we turn up and play full 80 again.
Do you feel that you did that against Souths? Because, look, it's not a criticism, but I felt like against Canberra and against Newcastle that we had so many opportunities to put those two teams away in the first half and didn't. But we took those opportunities against Souths.
Yeah, for sure. And I think at times we did have lapses as well against South. So, when I say play 80, I mean, make sure we're icing those opportunities and look like more often than not, making sure that we're taking advantage of those opportunities. So I feel we're putting ourselves in a good position when we're on the field, but it's more so kind of just executing the finer detail stuff under pressure.
How good to have Devlin and also Kurt Cable back this week?
Yeah, massive members of our squad. Everyone knows what Dale does on the wing, and then also what Kurt brings in terms of his experience, and also what he brings with his work ethic on the footy field. So massive inclusions for us, and it's good to see him back in training.
Marcelo, do you feel you've had as many opportunities in these few weeks as you got last year? Is the ball coming your way enough?
Oh, for sure. And, look, to be honest, I feel what's best for the team is what's best for the team, and if that means that we're shifting the opposite way, or if it means we're shifting through the middle, or we're kind of flooding through the middle, then that's what worked for us. But I feel what's best for the team is what's best for me. I'm just happy if they're winning, so that's the most important thing for myself.
One thing I've noticed this year, and I don't know whether it's just me thinking out loud about it or whether it's actually real, but I've noticed that there's been a hell of a lot of big high kicks coming your way every game almost.
Yeah, well, when you look at most teams, majority of teams their halves are right foot kickers. So normally, if you look at teams that kick to the opposite left-hand side, so that's their right. So most teams kick that way. But when you look at Manly, they have threats across the field. They've got Cherry Evans that can kick off both feet, and then they've also got Brooks that can kick as well. So, we have to stay on our toes this week in terms of the back three and make sure we nullify them as much as we can. But yeah, I think most teams have right foot halves or right foot 5/8, and they might kick into to my corner. So that's just the way it works. That's the way it crumbles.
Yeah. How much work do you do that on training? Like, do you specifically during the week say, right, I've got to have half an hour here under the high ball?
Yeah, for sure.
Go on.
For sure. I mean, for me, it's crucial in terms of my catching, and I like to bang a few out after training every day. Just to get that feel, I guess, and just understand where they're gonna kick and how they're gonna kick. Some halves like to do some floaters, where some halves like to do some end over kicks, or some like to kick more so on trial line to their wingers. So for me, it's a part of my game that I want to make sure that I get better at it every day. And it's something that I focus on for sure.
It must be a real confidence boost as well. When the first time that happens during a game, you catch it clean, you wrestle down to the ground, or you make a few metres or something. That must really kickstart yourself.
Yeah, I mean it's a great way to get into the clash. When you're on the wing, you kind of want to get in there as fast as you can and get involved to get that first touch. But look, it's part of my job, and it's something that I enjoy. So, I'm looking forward to obviously this week. It's a big challenge for us. They've got, like I said, they've got threats across the field. They've got players that can kick it from hooker too. Cracker from hooker can kick it as well. So, we've got to be on in terms of our communication. But I'm looking forward to it.
You said to us last year when we were talking that you hadn't been to the finals, hadn't played any final games. Well, you got a taste last year, mate, and hopefully let's go again this year.
Yeah, look, it was a special feeling last year to be able to play my first final series, and it's something that I definitely didn't take for granted because, it's hard to get there, obviously, and look at it this year, and I think everyone's seen the start of the competition has been real close, and there's teams there that are playing footy where you can't show up to an NRL game this year and be off guard and expect to win. You've got to make sure you're on you're on your A game from the start, and it's really, really close this year, I guess, from last year. So it's something that I want to make sure we focus on week to week before we start looking too far ahead. But it's something that I love doing, I guess.
Look, and you're so right. I mean, no one's unbeaten. I mean, that says everything after 5 rounds, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look how well like the Cows are playing. Like early in the year, I think they went 3 from 3 to start the season.
Right. Yep.
And and then obviously, look, Storm was always, I guess, one team I look at and think, they lose both their key, playmakers, Mr. Nelson, and they're still kind of stringing some wins together. So it just shows their kind of consistency, and Penrith's a big one. Like they're missing Cleary, they're missing some big names. So it's crazy to think that like these teams are still at the top and doing the best they can. So it's close, but the thing is, it's good for us. It's good for us to see where we're at as a team and as a club.